Once upon a time in a small town lived a boy named Oliver. Oliver had always wanted a pet, and after much thought, he decided he wanted to adopt a kitten. One sunny Saturday morning, Oliver woke up with excitement buzzing in his chest. He ran to his father's room and knocked on the door. "Dad, Dad, wake up! Today's the day we go to the animal shelter," Oliver exclaimed. His father, Mr. Johnson, rubbed his eyes and smiled. "Good morning, Oliver. I see you're eager to find a new furry friend. Let's get ready and have some breakfast first." Oliver nodded eagerly and rushed to get dressed. As they ate breakfast, Oliver's father explained the process of adopting a cat. "Oliver, adopting a cat is a big responsibility. We need to make sure we choose the right cat for our family and that we're prepared to take care of it. Are you ready for that?" "Yes, Dad. I've been reading about it. I know it's important to be responsible and take care of a pet every day," Oliver replied confidently. "That's great to hear, Oliver. Let's go to the shelter and see which kitten might be the perfect match for us," said Mr. Johnson. They drove to the local animal shelter, and as they entered, they were greeted by a friendly volunteer named Sarah. "Welcome to the shelter. How can I help you today?" Sarah asked with a warm smile. "We're here to adopt a kitten," Oliver said, beaming with excitement. "Wonderful, let me show you to our kitten room," Sarah said as she led them through the shelter. When they reached the kitten room, Oliver's eyes widened with joy. There were kittens of all colors and sizes, playing, napping, and exploring. "Remember, Oliver, we need to choose a kitten that will fit well with our family," Mr. Johnson reminded him. "Okay, Dad. I'll try to find a kitten that seems friendly and playful," Oliver said. As they walked around the room, a small grey kitten with bright green eyes approached Oliver and started purring. Oliver gently picked up the kitten and felt an instant connection. "Dad, I think this is the one," Oliver said, smiling at the kitten in his arms. "It looks like you two have already become friends," Mr. Johnson observed. "Let's talk to Sarah about the adoption process." Sarah explained the necessary steps. "First, we need to fill out an adoption application. We'll ask some questions about your home environment to ensure it's a safe and loving place for the kitten. After that, we'll go over some basic care information and make sure you're ready to take your new friend home." Oliver and his father filled out the application and answered questions about their home and lifestyle. Once the application was approved, Sarah went over the basics of kitten care. Kittens need a lot of attention and care. You'll need to provide them with fresh water, good quality kitten food, and a litter box that's cleaned regularly. They also need a cozy place to sleep and plenty of toys to keep them entertained. "And don't forget regular vet checkups to keep them healthy," Sarah explained. Oliver listened carefully, nodding his head. "I'll make sure to take good care of the kitten, I promise." "That's the spirit, Oliver," Mr. Johnson said proudly. "Taking care of a pet is a big responsibility, but it's also very rewarding. You'll learn a lot about responsibility and compassion." Sarah continued. "It's also important to understand cat behavior. Kittens love to explore and sometimes they can be a bit mischievous. They might scratch furniture or get into things they shouldn't. It's our job to teach them what's okay and what's not. Providing scratching posts and safe toys can help." "Got it. Scratching posts and safe toys," Oliver repeated, making a mental note. Sarah smiled. "You're doing great, Oliver. One more thing to remember is that kittens need social interaction. Spend time playing with your kitten every day and make sure they feel loved and secure." After completing the adoption process, Sarah handed Oliver a small carrier with the grey kitten inside. "Congratulations on your new family member. Take good care of your kitten," Sarah said. "Thank you, Sarah, we will," Oliver and his father said in unison. On their way home from the shelter, Oliver and his father decided to stop by the pet shop to get all the supplies they needed for the kitten. As they entered the store, Oliver's eyes widened at the sight of all the colourful toys and pet accessories. "Okay, Oliver, we need to get kitten food, a litter box, a bed, toys, and a scratching post," Mr. Johnson reminded him. They walked down the food aisle first. Oliver reached for a bag of cat food, but his father stopped him. "Remember, Oliver, we need food specifically for kittens, not adult cats. Kitten food has the right nutrients for their growth and development." "Got it, Dad," Oliver said, selecting a bag labeled Kitten Formula. Next, they picked out a litter box and some litter, making sure it was easy for kittens to use. Oliver chose a soft, cozy bed for the kitten to sleep in, and they found a variety of toys, including a feather wand and some crinkly balls. Finally, they selected a sturdy scratching post. "This will help our kitten keep his claws in good shape and prevent him from scratching the furniture," Mr. Johnson explained. With their cart full, they headed to the checkout. As they paid, the cashier smiled and said, "Looks like someone's getting a new kitten. Make sure to give them lots of love and attention." "We will," Oliver promised, beaming with excitement. As they left the store, Oliver looked up at his father and said, "Thanks for helping me get everything our new kittens needs, Dad. I can't wait to take care of him." Mr. Johnson smiled and patted Oliver's shoulder. "You're going to be a great pet owner, Oliver. I'm proud of you." When they arrived home, they set up a cozy corner in the living room with everything the kitten needed. Oliver gently let the kitten out of the carrier and watched as it explored its new surroundings. "I think we should name him Smokey because of his grey fur," Oliver suggested. "Smokey is a perfect name," Mr. Johnson agreed. Over the next few weeks, Oliver and Smokey became inseparable. Oliver learned to feed Smokey on a schedule, clean the litter box, and make time for play and cuddles. He even read books about cats to understand their behavior better. One evening, as Oliver was playing with Smokey, his father sat down next to him. "You're doing an amazing job taking care of Smokey, Oliver. I'm proud of you," Mr. Johnson said. "Thanks, Dad. I've learned so much about responsibility and taking care of a pet. It's hard work, but it's worth it," Oliver replied, smiling. "That's a great lesson, Oliver. Having a pet teaches us to be caring and patient, and Smokey is lucky to have you as his owner," Mr. Johnson said, ruffling Oliver's hair. Oliver hugged Smokey gently and said, "We're lucky to have each other." From that day on, Oliver and Smokey shared countless adventures and built a bond that would last a lifetime. Through caring for his new friend, Oliver learned the true meaning of responsibility, love, and compassion. And every night, as Smokey curled up on his bed, Oliver knew he had found the perfect companion.